Welcome to today's lesson. In English, nouns are divided into two main types. Countable nouns, which are things we can count one by one, like books and pens, and uncountable nouns, which are substances or concepts we cannot separate and count, like coffee and rice. Remember, identifying the noun type is your compass for choosing the correct tool every single time. Now, how do we express a large amount? We use many with plural countable nouns, so we say many books. On the other hand, we use much with uncountable nouns, like much coffee. However, in everyday English, native speakers often prefer using a lot of in positive sentences because it sounds more natural and flexible. That's why expressions like a lot of books and a lot of coffee are extremely common. Distinction is key, and mastering this is your foundation. What if we want to express a small amount? It's incredibly simple. We use a few with nouns we can count, such as a few books. In contrast, we use a little with nouns we cannot count, like a little coffee or a little rice. Once again, the distinction between countable and uncountable is the key. Next up, we have two very popular words, some and any. We usually use some in positive sentences, polite offers, or requests, and it works with both noun types. For example, we might say, "Would you like some coffee?" because we expect or hope the answer will be yes. As for any, we use it in negative sentences and general questions. The noun type and the context will always guide you to the right choice. How do we ask about quantity and number? We use two main phrases. How many when asking about the number of plural countable nouns, and how much when asking about the quantity of uncountable nouns. Pay close attention to the noun right after the question phrase, because it leads you straight to the correct answer. Grammar rules also appear naturally inside idioms and everyday expressions. For example, native speakers say a bit much or too much on one's plate to describe feeling overwhelmed or extremely busy. Even common proverbs and expressions follow the same countable and uncountable logic. Context and tone are absolutely everything here. Let's summarize what we've learned with our golden grammar rule. Use many and a few for countable nouns. Use much and a little for uncountable nouns. And make a lot of your best friend for both sides. No matter the word or the feeling, the noun type always dictates the grammar. True fluency begins right here. Now that we understand the rules, let's see how they work in real life. Imagine you are at a café. You would say many cups because cups can be counted. But you would say much liquid or a lot of coffee because the drink itself cannot be counted. The same goes for the workplace. We say a few files for office folders, but a little time for our schedule. Wherever you are, the noun type is your ultimate compass. Now, try describing what's around you using countable and uncountable nouns. The more you practice, the more natural English will feel.